I'd like to ask you an honest question. How does it feel when you open up your inbox or your DM and the only messages you see are people asking, how much is it? Or can I get a discount? It's frustrating, right? I'm Shavir, founder of Livespace Agency. And I know that feeling. It feels like people just want the cheapest option. It can make you think like you're doing something wrong. We've worked with more than 100 businesses, and I'm sharing our learnings with the hope that it can help your business too. Firstly, the problem isn't you. It's who you're attracting. In SA, we are taught that we just need more leads. We think if the phone rings, we'll be safe. But what if the phone rings 100 times and 99 of them are people who just want a discount? That doesn't help your business, nor does it pay the bills. That just makes you tired. So today, I want to help you fix that. I'd like to show you a simple way to find the other kind of client. The one who respects you, the one who pays you what you're worth, and the one who stays with you. So let's talk about how to find them. I'd like to share a mistake we made when we first started our agency. Back then, we just wanted to grow. So I did what many of us did. I said yes to everyone. And then I started noticing a pattern. I would meet a business owner and they would spend the whole meeting complaining. They would say, my last agency was terrible and the one before that was just useless. At first, I wanted to be the hero. I thought I could fix this. But then I looked closer. I realized that if a business had fired 5 agencies in just 1 year, the problem isn't the agency. The problem is inside the business. And here is the important part. Those exact same clients, the one who blamed everyone else, were the same ones who argued about price. They didn't ask me, Shavir, how can you help me grow? They asked me, can you do it cheaper? Working with them was exhausting for me and my team. And then I realized that we cannot build a business based on clients like that. But then we started meeting a different kind of business owner. These weren't the people looking for a quick fix or someone to blame. These were people with a growth mindset. They had already done the hard work. They knew their product was great. They didn't come to us asking for a magic trick to save them this month. They said to us, we are ready to go to the next level. We don't want a service provider. We want a growth partner. This is a high-value client. They don't argue about every cent because they're not buying a cost, they're investing in a result. So how do we get these type of people to contact your business instead of just price shoppers? You have to use something that we call a client filter. The first part of your filter is called the messaging. Imagine you standing in a crowded room. If you shout free pizza, you will get a stampede of people who just want a free meal. They are there for what they can take. But if you stand up and you say, I'm selling tickets to an exclusive wine tasting event, suddenly the crowd disappears. The freeloaders walk away, but a few people step forward. Why? Because they're not looking for a handout, they're looking for quality. And they are willing to pay for an experience. It's the same with your marketing. If your website is full of words like discount, cheap, sale, you are shouting free pizza. You are attracting people who want a transaction, not a transformation. But what happens if you change your language? What if you start talking about value instead of cost? What if you stop listing your prices and start describing the outcome? Instead of cheapest in town, you start using words like premium care, a bespoke plan, real transformation. When a serious client hears those words, they lean in. They think, finally, someone who isn't trying to sell me a bargain. Someone who can actually fix my problem. What's important is that you attract what you talk about. The second part to the filter is your offer. Let's look at a real-world example for a skin clinic or a spa. We all feel the pressure to get new faces through the door. So the easiest thing to do is run a 50% off your first treatment. And it feels good at first. The phone rings, you feel busy. But I want you to look at who is actually walking through those doors. These are the real deal hunters. They're happy to see you as long as you're cheap. But what happens when you try to rebook them the next month at full price? They disappear. Why? Because the clinic down the road is offering 60% off their special. You can't build a business with customers who are just loyal on price, not on the value that you offer. So now let's flip it. What if you stop selling the discount and start selling the solution? Instead of a 50% off, you offer a pigmentation treatment plan at full price. The deal hunter will ignore that. And that is good. You just saved yourself a headache. But the person who actually wakes up every morning hating their pigmentation, they don't care about the 50%. They care about the result. They book the package, they buy the products, and they come back month after month. Why? Because they aren't just the cheap option. You are the expert in fixing their problem. I know we're heading into festive season and I know the pressure is on. But if you want to protect your brand while everyone else is racing to the bottom, I want you to take these 3 simple steps this week. Step 1 is the audit. Go look at your Instagram or your website. If you are running a sale, check out the core language. If your bio says cheap prices, delete it. Replace it with expert care, premium results. Your sale is temporary, but your brand is permanent. Step 2 is the smart promotion. Instead of just cutting 50% off your service, try adding value instead. Create a festive bundle or give a bonus product with a full priced treatment. This way, you give them a good deal, but you don't devalue your time. Step 3 is the new offer. Create just one high-ticket package that solves a specific problem, like the pigmentation treatment plan that we spoke about. Use the festive season to get people in the door, but use the package to turn them into long-term clients for the next year. If this helped you, please hit the subscribe button. We're just getting started.